As we now, Baruch Hashem, slowly getting back to some sense of normalcy in our lives, slowly but surely, communal davening is taking place. Some places more than others are opening up their shuls, and we here are slowly having those discussions, trying to figure out exactly the safest way that we can begin to have minyanim again in our location here in Kew Garden Hills. And Baruch Hashem, it's exciting to share with you that this past Shabbos, Parsha Shalach, in East Meadow, they had to have a 7 o'clock minyan and a 9 o'clock minyan to accommodate all of the people without having guests. Just from the locals in our shul in East Meadow. What an amazing milestone for them. We wish them continued hatzlacha there. But as we begin to think about davening back in our Mekomos HaTefillah and our shuls and our normal places of tefillah, of davening, there's a fascinating idea that we find in this week's parsha. This week's parsha, of course, the story of Moshe Rabbeinu and the rebellion against him by Korach Vadaso, Korach and his camp, his group of rebellious associates. And Pasuk says, Vayicha leMoshe ma'od, Vayomer el Hashem al teifen el minchosam. As Moshe got, generally Vayichar is translated angry, but here is Nitztaya. Rashi says he was in pain, very much so. And he said to Hashem, al teifen, do not turn el minchosam, to their offerings. And the commentaries discuss what exactly was Moshe referring to. One of the explanations was offered that al teifen and minchosa means do not turn to their tefillos. Don't access to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Don't respond to the tefillos of Korach Vadaso. Hey, stop to think for a moment. Does Moshe Rabbeinu really need to turn to Hashem and say, Hashem, the tefillah of Korach, the tefillah of Korach and his associates and his friends, is there going to be any power to their tefillah? What was their tefillah? What was their argument? It was to destroy Moshe Rabbeinu. Their goal was to undermine the authenticity of Moshe's nevuah, the authenticity of Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecies, not just in appointing Aaron to be the Kohen Gadol, but it would even challenge that Kabbalas HaTorah from Sinai. It would bring to question, was Moshe Rabbeinu a true Navi? Or was he making it all up on his own? No, we walked out and the Klal Yisrael says, Moshe emes v'Torasei emes. At the very time of Kabbalas HaTorah. V'aminu b'Hashem u'v'Moshe avdoi. They trusted in Hashem and in Moshe's servant. And Korach is now this rebelling against Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe has to say to Hashem, please, al teifen el minchosam, do not listen to what they are mispalel for, which is everything, to undermine everything we've accomplished so far. And mevatel kol haTorah kula. We see from here says Rav Simcha Zissel. An amazing point on how powerful tefillah can be. Even the tefillah of a Korach v'Hadasai. There's some merits to who they were, maybe many merits. But their mispalo, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is machshiv, HaKadosh Baruch Hu accepts, HaKadosh appreciates, gives value to the power of that tefillah. Can you imagine how much more so it would be if those tefillahs that we're talking about are tefillahs to hold back from us, to prevent sorrows, to prevent pain and suffering from Amo Yisrael, the nation that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves so much. And it's about tefillah's war focused on building up, embracing, caring for those that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves, and walking with and sharing with and partnering with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and that He wants. Through and because of His love for Amo Yisrael, for the nation of Israel. What our tefillahs can do is now, Moshe Rabbeinu taught us to open our eyes and to realize that tefillah is so powerful. It can come from Koyrach, it can come from Rishoyim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu hears it. And Moshe has to counter it. And turn to Hashem. Don't turn, don't listen, don't hear, don't respond. Al teifen el minchasam. We turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and we say, please, teifen, turn to our offerings, our tefillahs. We should, we did for the past few months have the ability, hopefully, to tap into the strengths that, the resources within the depths of our neshamas, to be able to mispalo, and connect, which is what tefillah is all about with Hashem. Let's not lose that. We're coming back into the Batim Knesiyos, the Batim Midrashos, the shuls, study halls, the yeshivas, and realize that our tefillah, the koyach of the tefillah that we have, the power that we're mispalo for, Yeshua's salvations, is that our tefillah should taka be niskabel, our tefillah should be accepted, and our tefillah should reach the heavenly throne, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should respond to our tefillahs with varikosim lechem brocha ad belidai. You should shower upon us brachos that know of no bounds. And we should taka be zocha, and we should all be zocha too. Volotzi and goyel, and we should be zocha too. Vayom hu yiyah Hashem echad yishmo echad. Everyone recognize the oneness of Hashem. There should be shalom and peace, not just amongst Amo Yisrael, but Oisa Shalom b'mreimov hu yasa shalom oleinu. I'll call Amo Yisrael, and with that we should bring peace to the world. With the coming of the Mashiach, from here Yomeinu. Amen.